Okay, today I want to present you how to use the VS Code debug mode together with the Pytest to test certain function. So in my case, the function that I want to debug is this unit test where I want to test that my car crashed in this boundary, where essentially I set the car's starting location at this 5-3 place, which means 1-3, 2-3, 3-3, 4-3, 5-3, and then I set the acceleration in y direction to 1, such that the speed in y direction is 1 as well. So at next step, it will crash out of the boundary, which is 5-4. And my intended design for the programming is that I should put my car back, back to 5-3. In this case, following option 1 crash, when car crash on the boundary, put it back at the nearest location. However, when I essentially run this Pytest -rp option, this command will kind of Pytest the single file test project5.py, and then the class test racetrack, then just call this function, so that we're not testing the whole file but just this function. And when we test this, we will see that the result is not desired. So we can see that it passed the test because right now I'm in a designing stage, so I forced it to true. But the -rp option will help you print out the print, even if it passed. But at this moment, we can see that my car position is 5-3, and after some updating using the action 0-1, the acceleration 0-1, my position actually is 5-4, which is not desired. I want it to be clamped to 5-3. So I have to debug what actually happened. In this case, the easiest way is to be able to run the VS Code debugger and just call this unit test function and add a test breakpoint here and step through the code. So in order to do that, this link, the Pytest VS Code debug, this package actually enable us to do so. And of course, you have to install it, and then the most important thing is you have to change the launch.json file to attach it to the correct port. In our case, the default port is 1001. So I did all this, and then just following the usage. If you see, go back to see my Explorer, my launch.json, I actually already changed it as instructed. And then after that, I just make a breakpoint here, and then I can call, let's say, the screen is not rendered correctly, but say, we call this Pytest, and with this flag --VS Code debug, and the same thing that we just call that file, that function instead of the whole file. And when we call this, it will prompt that we can actually attach the debugger at port 1001. Okay, at this moment you can just start debugging. We can see that we successfully started the debugger and it stopped at the point where we have this breakpoint, and then we can step through the code, and at the moment we are interested, we can step into the code instead of step over. So we step into the execution action. This first function is responsible for update acceleration if the acceleration is valid. The 0 or 1 as acceleration is truly valid. So after this step, I would expect my car acceleration in x and y direction updated to that value. So we can step over, and we see it's truly updated to 0 and 1. The position we set it to 5, 3, so that's correct. And then this line is trying to update the velocity if it's within the range. So our velocity will be updated to 0 and 1 if we step over this line. So we can see the car velocity is updated to 0, 1. So far so good. And the last one, we have to step into it. It's responsible for update the position and handle the crash situation. And this is where maybe there is a bug and we need to find it out. So this line, it's just set a local list position from our car position 5, 3. So if we step over, it will create a position 5, 3 because we cannot change the tuple value. So this is a workaround to be able to update the position with the velocity. And we can again step over so we can see the position is being updated to 5, 4 using that velocity 0, 1. This is so far so good. And we check if we hit the finish line or not. Actually, the finish line is these 4 locations, which we obviously are not going to hit the finish line. So we go into the else, and then we check if we crashed or not. Actually we know we crashed, so we can actually step into it to see if we encountered a problem or not. And the checking crash logic is checking the x position against max and min of x position, which we are not exceeding it because our x is 5 and my px max is actually 0 and px max is 34, min is 0, and if we step over again, this is checking the y direction, which is 0 and 8. And then we check against the forbidden position. So for forbidden position, actually, I created a function that grabbed all the location in this area that is forbidden. And we saw that 5, 4 actually is one of them, right? Here, 5, 4 is one of them. So I would expect it to return me true, meaning that we crashed. So if we step over, actually we truly returned true, and we crashed, and now we decrease our reward by 1, and the crash option is truly set to 1. So if we step over, we run into this region. Here is the key. 5, 4 we need it to be properly clamped back to 5, 3. By my original design, I thought that if I clamp position 0 with the px max, px min, and position 1 with the py max and py min, it would help me achieve that. However, I just noticed that right now my position 1 is 4. However, my self.min and max is what? It is 0 and 8. So that's why this didn't take effect, and my self-car position was finally updated to 5.4. Even if I want to clamp it to 5.3. We can see here it changed to 5.4. So we found the issue by effectively using VS Code debugger together with Pytest. That's all I want to cover in this video, and that will help me actually fix the logic here.